Guys, I am actually outside. This is a video we're gonna sharpen a Sandrin tungsten knife. My wife's got a bunch of stuff going on in the garage, so I can't use the green screen and film, but I already did the sharpening, so we're not gonna spend a lot of time here talking about it. Turn down the volume. We're gonna turn this around, take a look at it from above, right after you guys listen to a little bit of music. Alright guys, sorry about the jiggle, but you are on like a gooseneck tripod. So this is that Sandrin knives we talked about in the intro. I'm not real impressed with the knife itself, but it is a tungsten carbide blade, and what we're going to do is we're going to try and fix this for this gentleman. He said that when it came, it was nice and sharp, and then he chipped it, and then when he sent it back, they had done a resharpening on it, and he's not real happy about that. So we're going to try and even some of this out, clean this up. Most of it's going to be in time lapse. We are going to sharpen it. And of course, with something like tungsten carbide, we're going to be using diamonds. So we're going to get started, and this is not going to be a tutorial. This is just going to be, we're going to see what we can do on this. Let's see if I can get these, see where I'm hitting these bevels here. I want to try and even these bevels out back to what they were originally. Let's see how much work this is going to be. Yeah, that's, I want to see how it's cutting as well. I want to see how much material I'm removing as I do this, so. We're going to see, this might be a labor of love. So let's get into it. You guys know what time it is. It's time for me to put you on a little bit of time lapse right here. All right, guys, we've taken off a bit of material and we're starting to work our way back into the original angles, but I don't know how they did this. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here. We're going to take a look and see. I'm trying to even out these bevels, but I don't know if the bevels were inconsistent to begin with, but we're going to work on it. We're going to try and fix this for this customer. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pause for a minute. So I was going to say this is one that is going to take a long time. One, I don't know how they did this. It's very poorly done, both bevels. I'm not even getting into that yet. So this is probably gonna take a while, and I'm probably gonna have to talk to the customer and see what he says. But I'm gonna have to remove material on both sides of this, a lot of material. So back to time lapse with y'all. All right, guys, I am switching to a different type of stone. I'm thinking that maybe it will allow me to access this a little bit better. This is a very, very coarse stone. I'm gonna see how it does, and if it's not doing any better, we'll switch back to the Atoma. Two reasons: I don't wanna wear out my Atoma. I just got it, and you can see we're removing a lot of material. I didn't pay for this stone. So let's go ahead and switch to this one for a little bit. So back to time lapse with you. All right, guys, I'm not happy with how that stone cuts. We're gonna switch back to the Atoma. Guys, had to take a quick break. We're coming back to this. I've been gone for maybe about 15 minutes. So we've almost got these bevels evened out, but really low spot here, low spot here. This side is even worse, way low spot here, low spot here. I am going to get the bevels clean and consistent. As you can see, I'm working on it. Tungsten is kind of chippy. We're going to take our time. We're going to work our way back into this. Now, this has a relatively thin bevel. So for the rest part of this coarse reprofiling, I'm going to put the phone on actual, I'm going to film in actual time lapse so that I don't have to do as much editing, and it's going to save space so we don't wind up losing our footage. But you can see they had ground when they did this. That's not me. They had ground into that. Now I say they, I don't know whether it's the manufacturer when I got sent back for resharpening or if it was the owner on something like a WorkSharp powered system. I don't know, but we're going to get it fixed. And then I have to call the customer and let him know that it's going to be a little bit more expensive. So back to time lapse. Hi guys. Oh, sorry. I have the garage door open because it's kind of warm today. Sorry about any outdoor noise. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get the tip of this completely reprofiled, and definitely not the heel. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a shot. We'll see. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to just wind up moving up through the grit because this is just, well, it's just poorly ground, I think, to begin with. So I'm going to try and get a little bit more material up. I can see how asymmetrical the original grind was. I'm going to try a little bit more, but I'm going to take you back to time lapse. What we're going to do is I'm probably just going to start going up through the stones just to show you guys the end result. I don't want this video to be like 2 hours long. All right, guys, I have gotten this as reprofiled as I'm going to get it. I've got it almost down to the original bevels on both sides. It's still a little rough, but we are going to start hitting the softer or the less coarse stones and see what we can get on this. It's kind of sharp. I've never handled one of these tungsten carbide knives that ever actually felt real sharp. You can still see there's some chipping at the very edge. We're going to take care of that and refine that edge down. So let's go ahead and get back into the time lapse. All right, guys, well, we got it sharp, and I don't know how many of you caught what I did at the very end. I realized real quick I wasn't going to be able to reprofile this all the way back down into its original bevels. So I cleaned it up as much as I could. I got us a good, consistent angle on these bevels, and it is a convex. But I was noticing as I was sharpening, the thinner I would get it behind the edge, the more it would chip. So what I did was I knew it was going to continue to chip, so after I got to 650 grit, I kind of just was doing cleanup on the bevels. And then at 1,000 grit, I realized I still had some chipping and I gave it a micro bevel. You can kind of see it there. This knife is a knife that I hate micro bevels, but I will tell you this knife is one that I recommend doing that on because I don't know how they did it when they originally did it, but that original bevel that was on there that I married back into, for the most part, I believe was going to be too thin Tungsten carbide is a brittle material. It's not like sharpening steel. So let's go ahead and we'll get this set down. I'm gonna get some of these stones out of the way and we'll do a quick paper cut test. Before we cut test, let's look at how much gunk is under my mat. It's not as much under the mat as I thought it would be, but there is definitely a lot of tungsten carbide dust in this stone. So let's go ahead and let's get this paper cut test. Just got a piece of newspaper. It's an Aldi flyer. Let's see how it does on paper. So it's not the smoothest edge, but like I said, tungsten carbide is not a smooth material. So it's cutting. It's definitely better than it was. So that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. It's just about where it's gonna be pretty much. So there you go, guys. Sharpening a tungsten carbide knife. Let's turn this around, do some final thoughts. So as you guys saw, that was way more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. I don't even have a tripod out here. There's a street right over there. Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be, but you know, we still got it sharp, and I had to kind of modify what I was doing. But so at any rate, guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but please try to tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. If you want to support the channel, it's as simple as like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, and I'm holding this in my hand, so it's shaky. Drop a comment. You know, hit the bell icon and all that stuff. If you want to support the channel financially, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. They're all down in the description. I have memberships to get you a bunch of different benefits, including Gilded Server, $5 off per sharpening, and a premium tier. Guys, get a premium tier sharpening tutorial series. I have affiliate links where a lot of the stuff you guys see and the stuff that I use winds up, and if you purchase it, I get a little bit of a checkout. It doesn't cost you anything extra. And the final way is I have a merchandise store on Ember Shirt Co, where I've set up a coupon code that saves you 10% on anything you purchase on Ember Shirt Co, and that coupon code is CrazySharp, capital C, capital S, all one word. CrazySharp saves you 10%. Guys, that's about it. I love y'all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next video. The neighbor's dogs love me when I'm out here for more than just a couple minutes. They start barking for attention.